Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu.
IU Credit Union, now offering mobile access to IU Credit Union accounts, helping account holders check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills through their mobile devices. Available through the IU Credit Union. The Al Cobine Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobine to support jazz programming and initiatives.
And WTIU members, thank you.
It's that time of year again, barbecues, fireworks, and tonight, from flag repairs to flag ceremonies,
we'll explore some wonderful stories that highlight great Americans across our state. It's all coming up tonight on this very patriotic weekly special. Hello and welcome to the weekly special. I'm Daryl Neer.
And I'm Erica Sagone. We are getting patriotic tonight, and nothing says American summers like baseball. Meet the league that is using the spirit of the community to transform their park.
The crack of a bat, the cheers in the stands, and cooling down with a sweet treat. What's a better way to enjoy a summer day? This is what Gil Bedino and a group of gentlemen probably envisioned when they created the West Terre Haute Little League 56 years ago. But 1 year ago, this idealistic scene would not have existed. As Terre Haute struggles against unemployment and poverty levels higher than that of the national average, this baseball field and the community's families were being lost to time.
I feel like they're getting lost with the parents working and the parents not being there. And the grandparents raising them. They need a place that they can feel safe, and they have a group of individuals that truly care for them and can make them the next big thing. And that's the reason why we're here.
If it weren't for Wade Fulford and a group of very passionate volunteers, this community would be deprived of a safe outlet for the local youth.
Within our community, we just needed a place where the youth can come and just ride and play around and just play a little baseball and ride around and enjoy the times with their friends. And a huge key to us is being safe.
In 2014, Wade and his volunteers received a grant. And with that grant, they bridged connections within the community.
There's a group that needed to come together for a common goal and a common purpose. And I just was lucky enough to have a group of friends and a group of families that came together.
And boy, did they come together well.
So we have these businesses that are supporting us. We have the construction trades people that know how to do it and can show them the math. And then we have the students that they know how things get built, but they don't know the science behind it. Why don't we bring those students in that are looking for jobs and want job training, want to meet employers? Why don't we bridge that and bring them together? It's a perfect fit, it really is.
Student volunteer Mercedes McCall sure did think so.
I think it's important as high schoolers we get out in the community and make a difference in the lives of young children, not just at our school.
Wade and his crew made some major improvements to the park. They built a shelter and 12 picnic tables, added sets of bleachers, and constructed a batting cage.
For us, it's a sense of service, it's a sense of community, and it's just a sense of fellowship. We're teaching, we're training, and we're just encouraging the proper habits, and that goes for coaches and parents and players alike. It goes for everybody. That's really what our mission is. Family, very family oriented.
This renovation to the ballpark not only shifted the culture at the games for the better, but also transformed the families and community around it.
The ballpark has built stronger relationships towards the little kids. I know that these little kids, they start off in elementary school playing ball, and they're going to play together all through high school. So it's just the bond that is created just with the use of like a ballpark is just unbelievable.
You can see it in their faces, and I think it's odd, the personalities, the culture really has changed at the park in the last few years. I think you see a lot more family environment. You know, you see the parents walk with their kids, and then they can stop and they can point out, it's like, you know, I did this, I planted this tree, I helped build this shelter. I mean, those kids growing up, they're gonna see that and they're like, my dad built that, I can do something like that.
And with the community's newfound pride in the ballpark, they have taken the lead in the cleanup and maintenance of the grounds.
As far as litter and debris and trash, it doesn't really exist anymore. They see the growth within the park and within the ball fields, and they don't want to see anything happen to that. They get very offensive. The parents step in, the students step in, and they take care of it themselves. It's their park, they own it.
The impact of this renovation goes far beyond a game of baseball. It will continue to build bridges between families, generations, and the community well into the future.
It's all starting to kick in, and we don't see the fights. We don't see any kind of, you know, poor choices being made. These are the things that we work for. Those are the things that we've been working for, and it's actually working for us. We're just trying to get everybody together like it should be. That's the dream.
Such an amazing story.
You know, Erica, like the West Terre Haute Ballpark, we always see flags flying high, but who makes sure they stay there for years to come?
I've always sewed. My grandmother sewed. My mother didn't, but my grandmother did. She taught me to crochet and embroidery, and just went from there. And the time I was 12 years old, I was babysitting and doing alterations for the neighbors. It's a challenge. Take something apart, put it back together. This shop has always been interesting, always. We started out just doing the strange things because it's a challenge to me. It's really cool. I like doing what we do. I really do. And the flags were just part of it. And they're not really hard, but I know we're saving a flag. And they started sending them in from all over the country. There's only so much you can do, and then they have to be retired. You can't keep cutting them off and making them square. You can't do that. So they have to be rectangular. They have to be. So we just measure them, and if it's close to it, then we get them ready to retire. We have to decide how much you want to put into a flag. It can be torn on the stripes a lot further up than where you can hem it, and you have to fix the stripes going down. And you have to decide whether you want to put a patch for the last 1.5 feet or just retire the flag. If it's a good flag all over, we will patch it. We can order grommets, the banding, the heading, we can order everything from places here in town. So everything can be brand new. Well, I know the hardest part is actually pulling them out and measuring them and make sure that they're going to be legal. It's really hard work. I mean, these are big flags. One was so big, when we were folding it, my grandson was here and he was standing up by the door, and this was a 150-foot flag. This one went clear out, all the way out to fold it. But it was a trip trying to fold that huge, huge, huge flag. That one went to Louisiana. That's just like big puzzles. You gotta check them all and find out all the little angles and stuff and put them all back together. I'd look at that and I think, we did that. You know, it's nice that they're flying the flags that we fix. I like to know that the flags that we have done here that are flying all over the country, and they're not laying in a box someplace. I don't like to see a naked flagpole.
If you have a flag that you'd like repaired, you can learn more at our website, alt-sol.com.
And as you heard, when Barbara can't fix the flags she receives, they end up in the hands of someone like our guest. We are joined by Commander Joe Harden of the VFW Post 604. Thanks so much for being here today, Commander Harden. We appreciate it. And you are involved annually in the flag retirement ceremony. Tell us a little bit about what's involved. Give us a glimpse into the process.
Okay. Any flag that cannot be repaired is turned into one of the posts, either the American Legion, the VFW, or the AMVETS. At that time, we accumulate those flags all in one area. Then we have a flag retirement ceremony. Normally we have it on Veterans Day. The process is, it goes through several stages of inspection. Sergeant at Arms, second vice, first vice, back to the commander, and then the process then moves on to the burning program. The flags are laying across a raised area with a fire underneath. The flags are all soaked in kerosene so that they will burn quickly. It's a process that each step of the way proves that we honor this flag and we're putting it to rest in the proper way.
Okay. And how many flags about are burned at a time?
Year before last, we had something like 2,500
Oh
flags.
my gosh. In the state of Indiana?
No, this was just in Monroe County.
Wow. Okay. So people are really sending in a lot to be inspected.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Commander Hardin, some people may be surprised to talk about flag burning because we're so in tune to thinking that's not what we should do. Could you explain how that became the process?
Well, in 1937, the American Legion made a resolution on the proper disposal of the American flag. It went through several processes and votes, and it came to the idea that this was the proper way that this flag should be put to rest. It's not in any way against the American flag. It is sort of a beautiful retirement ceremony for the flags that have served our country.
Wonderful. Well, Joe, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of insight into a flag retirement ceremony. I sure enjoyed hearing about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you're more than welcome.
And you can learn more about the events going on at your local VFW post by visiting myvfw.org.
While many flags have been retired, our next story is about resurrection.
The USS LST 325 was originally commissioned 70 years ago for service in World War II. She and her crew made more than 40 trips from England to France, delivering prisoners, supplies, and wounded. She was present on D-Day when more than 160,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches at Normandy. In 1964, LST 325 was sold to the Greek Navy. And in 1999, after nearly 60 years of service around the world, she was nearing the end of her life.
It was ready for the scrapyard. That's what the Greek Navy was going to do. They were going to scrap this.
And in all fairness, it's understandable why.
Nothing worked on this ship. I don't know how many individuals came to Greece to work on this, but it was quite a few.
They came to work and they came to bring LST 325, purchased from the Greek Navy for $1, home to the United States.
They'd come and they'd go, and then in the end, there were 28 men that made the journey to the United States. So normally the ship had a crew of, back in World War II, of between 110 and 115 crew members plus 7 officers. So you can see what 28 men did by themselves, and they were all senior citizens. It was quite a feat.
She made a prolonged stop for repairs in Mobile, Alabama. Then in 2005, LST 325 was sailed to Evansville, her new home port. And although it was most certainly a day for celebration, it was also the beginning of a lot of work for a lot of dedicated volunteers.
To restore it to its former glory is still a work in progress, and it always will be. Well, everything you see has been restored in some way or another, be it a piece of plating cut out that's been rusted away, it being painted. The list goes on. Everywhere you look on the ship, something has been done to restore it or to make it look as it did back in the days it was built. Everything that you see down in this room is fully operational. This is the machinery we use, the engines we use when we sail the ship. Through this hatch, we'll be going into the auxiliary engine room. This is where the ship's generators are. This is the ship's electrical distribution panel. Some sailors also referred to it as the Frankenstein board. As you can see, there is no hand protection. If a sailor in a rough sea slipped, fell, reached in here to grab something to steady himself, he'd get electrocuted. That's where the majority of our funding goes, is just to keep this ship seaworthy and be able to sail under its own power. It's a never-ending program, and there are thousands and thousands of hours have gone into this.
But the work doesn't end in the engine room. One of the LST's most unique features is also one of its most difficult to maintain.
Where we're standing right now, this is called the bow ramp. This is where vehicles would enter and exit during an amphibious landing. When the ramp is closed, that makes the watertight seal. You can see the gasket there. They bring the ramp up, they dog it down, then they close the doors.
And just behind the bow ramp is the tank deck.
This is the main reason for this ship being built right here. This deck is 30 feet wide by 288 feet long. It will accommodate 20 Sherman tanks in 2 rows of 10. They also had vehicles up on the main deck, and the way they got those up there is above us is the ship's elevator. Vehicles that come in, they drive it up on the elevator until eventually the main deck was full. Then they'd start loading this deck.
Today, LST 325's decks are filled with tourists, not tanks, middle school students instead of military cargo. But she still has a mission.
Our mission is to educate the public. By taking the ship to different ports, that's where we get the funding to keep this ship operational. We might be gone for a month, stop at 4 different cities, and put 40,000 people through this ship in a month's time. There were 1,051 of these built back during World War II. This is the last surviving fully operational LST in the United States and possibly the world. This ship is military correct. And like I say, it's fully operational. We sail the ship every year. The history of that is, when you dwell on it, you can get teary-eyed. You think about the people that landed on Normandy from this ship and gave their lives for the freedoms that we have today. Right now, we're standing on the deck of history. This is history.
You can learn more about available tours at lstmemorial.org.
Our next subjects are making sure those veterans we just met and those yet to come will never be forgotten.
As a volunteer firefighter, John Petro was asked to ready the station's fire engines and line them up along the road, in tribute to a young soldier whose remains were being returned to his family. As the procession entered his town, he was taken by an unexpected sight.
The closer the funeral procession got, the louder this noise that we could hear, a large rumble, deep bellowing rumble. And all of a sudden, all you could see is leather-wearing, bandana-wearing motorcycle riders. At first, I thought it was some kind of a gang or something coming to town. But shortly after, there was the hearse carrying the soldiers' remains. The outpouring of patriotism was unbelievable. The people in the towns were all outside standing on the sidewalks and in the streets. You would have thought it was a 4th of July parade for all the American flags, and that's what captured my heart. I wanted to do this, and I wanted to show a little bit of something to my country.
Started in 2005, the Patriot Guard formed to shelter families of fallen soldiers from protesters. Today, their mission extends to welcome home celebrations, deployment ceremonies, and volunteer work, with over 250,000 members nationwide.
You won't get a tighter group of people. I mean, every time you see one, everybody's hugging, shaking each other's hands, and rain or shine, they're there. We stood out in the cold, we stood in the rain, and it's great to have somebody standing there with you. and there always is somebody there right beside you.
We're there to stand for those who stood for us. Some of them gave the ultimate sacrifice. Some of them are willing to lay it all on the line and fortunate enough to come back home. And everybody's got their stories of what they had to experience overseas.
And while not required, many of the Guard members are veterans themselves who, after witnessing the treatment of returning Vietnam vets decades ago, have vowed to make sure this generation and their families experience something much different.
I didn't get treated like that. I wanted people to respect the soldiers that were coming home. When they landed, they were just turned loose. Nobody welcomed them home. That's what the respect is all about. Honoring the vets, it's honoring us.
And while welcoming returning soldiers is an important part of their mission, the Patriot Guard remains focused on the families of those soldiers who do not come home.
We're there for the family, even after the limelight goes away. After the services are done and after the newspapers are done, the Patriot Guard riders are going to make sure that we keep connected to those families to let them know that there are people that are out here in the community that's never going to forget their hero.
And for Anita Walker, there's been no bigger hero than her son, Robbie. At 19 years old, he joined the Marines, serving 8 years as a sergeant in the infantry mortar mission. After returning to civilian life, he re-enlisted, this time in the Army.
My son loved everybody, and he was a very happy jokester kid, and even when he was growing, he never had a mean attitude. He always smiled, and he believed in what he was doing.
On July 8, 2004, Sergeant Colville was killed when a mortar round hit his Baghdad headquarters. After John learned of Anita's loss, he received permission to honor her with a Patriot Guard plaque on behalf of her son's service.
It was emotional, but I was honored about my son giving the ultimate sacrifice, and he'll never be forgotten.
That gesture that we will never forget or have never forgotten has touched her, because now she and I have become very close friends. She knows that if she ever needs anything, all she has to do is call me.
And it's like, you know, he's an added son, is how I feel. He calls and checks on me. He comes out here with these big truck and plows my drive in the winter. You know, he's a wonderful person.
And that call came. This year marks the 10th anniversary of Sergeant Colville's death. And his oldest son, only 4 years old when his father passed, is all grown and returning to his father's hometown. And Anita couldn't ask for a better homecoming crew than the Patriot Guard.
When Sergeant Colville was killed in action, he didn't get anything to remember his father by. And she wanted to know if there was anything that I could do for her to welcome him home, to let him know that people will never forget his father and the sacrifice that he had made. And I said, absolutely.
John put out the call, and the Patriot Guard riders answered. Dozens showed up to surprise Travis with his own Patriot Guard escort to the family's farm.
I started crying. I thought, okay, John Petro said there was only going to be just a few. And my grandson said, look at them motorcycles, Nana. And then my friend that was driving the car, and he just kept driving, and Travis says, no, you can't go up there. He said, them look like Patriot Guard riders. And he didn't realize that it was for him. And I just started crying. I thought, oh, heavens. Because my heart just goes 100 miles an hour. Because I just, honoring my son. I just want him remembered. He was a good kid.
On behalf of a grateful America and the Indiana Patriot Guard, Travis, please accept our sincere condolences on your tragic loss of your father. May your pain be tempered by the knowledge that Sergeant Robert Colville, Jr., United States Army, is a true American hero and will always be in our hearts. We will never forget. Your father was a hero, son. Never forget that, because we will never.
To request the services of the Patriot Guard, please visit their website at inpatriotguard.org. Well, we're going to end tonight in the best way we can think of.
Thank you for joining us, and here's the Singing Hoosiers.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu.
IU Credit Union, now offering mobile access to IU Credit Union accounts, helping account holders check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills through their mobile devices. Available through the IU Credit Union. The Al Cobine Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobine to support jazz programming and initiatives.
And WTIU members, thank you.